During the Great Depression, families across the United States faced extreme hardship. Money was scarce, homes were drafty, and winter nights could be, well, dangerously cold. Yet, despite these challenges, many families developed a clever shelter hack that allowed them to stay warm, conserve fuel, and survive even the harshest conditions. This method wasn't about expensive insulation or modern heating. It was about ingenuity, resourcefulness, and using materials that were already at hand. For the first minute, imagine a time when a family could not afford central heating, firewood was rationed, and every night posed a risk of frostbite or illness. The families who mastered this shelter technique didn't just endure, they stayed safe, warm, and functional through winter nights. Today, understanding and applying this Depression-era hack can teach us timeless lessons about warmth, resourcefulness, and DIY survival strategies in our own backyards or off-grid setups. The shelter hack worked by creating a microclimate around the sleeping area. The key principle of this Depression-era trick was creating a microclimate. Families would use what they had, blankets, sheets, old newspapers or scrap cloth, to enclose the sleeping space, reducing heat loss to the surrounding room. By constructing a tent or canopy around a bed, or even fashioning a small lean-to in the corner of a room, they trapped body heat and created a warm pocket of air. Even a single small radiator or stove could maintain a comfortable temperature within this contained space, allowing families to survive nights that might otherwise have been dangerously cold. Today, you can apply the same principle by constructing temporary indoor or outdoor microclimates. For example, draping blankets over a bed, arranging cardboard walls around a cot, or creating a small insulated tent in a garage or backyard can drastically reduce heat loss and improve warmth with minimal energy use. Families during the Depression understood the importance of layering. They didn't rely on a single blanket or sheet. Instead, multiple layers, bed sheets, wool blankets, quilts, and even old clothing, were stacked to trap heat. On the floor, they used rugs, newspapers, or straw to insulate against cold drafts and prevent heat from escaping downward. By combining different materials, they created a thermal barrier that maximized warmth while using minimal fuel. For modern application, layering remains one of the simplest and most effective ways to retain heat. Use whatever materials you have at hand, from extra blankets to cardboard or foam, to insulate sleeping areas. Layering is particularly useful in off-grid cabins, tents, or emergency shelters where conventional heating may be limited. Another overlooked aspect of this hack was positioning. Families would move beds and cots away from windows or exterior walls where drafts were strongest and closer to interior walls where heat accumulated. Small stoves or heaters were placed nearby, and blankets or sheets were arranged to block airflow from cold drafts. This strategic placement meant that minimal energy was needed to maintain comfort, demonstrating a deep understanding of heat flow and energy conservation. You can apply the same strategy today by paying attention to drafty areas in your home or shelter. Move sleeping areas away from windows, doors, or walls exposed to cold winds. Even in a backyard or temporary outdoor setup, placing a tent against a natural windbreak or building a small interior barrier can significantly improve warmth. One of the most remarkable aspects of this Depression-era hack was its resourcefulness. Newspapers, scrap cloth, cardboard, old curtains, and even furniture were repurposed to create insulation and structure. Nothing went to waste. This mindset of maximizing available resources is a cornerstone of both historical survival and modern off-grid or backyard preparedness. In practice, you can gather materials from around your home to replicate this approach. Use cardboard or folded blankets to line walls, fashion temporary canopies, or insulate floors. Even simple steps like stuffing cracks with cloth or newspapers can improve warmth dramatically. Families often slept close together in enclosed spaces, combining body heat to stay warm. Children were bundled with extra layers, and parents ensured that everyone had adequate insulation. By thinking collectively, they maximized heat retention and reduced energy consumption. This principle highlights that warmth isn't just about materials, it's about strategic use of shared resources. Today, the same lesson applies to group camping, backyard preparedness, or emergency situations. Arranging sleeping areas for shared warmth, using communal blankets, and building microclimates that include multiple occupants can make a small space significantly warmer. The Depression-era shelter hack demonstrates that survival and comfort in harsh conditions don't always require expensive technology. By creating microclimates, layering materials, positioning sleeping areas strategically, repurposing everyday items, and maximizing shared warmth, families survived bitter winters with minimal resources. The same principles are equally relevant today for backyard survival, off-grid living, or emergency preparedness. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Backyard Wisdom. Share it with friends who love history or practical survival skills, and keep following for more insights into how past innovations can improve modern living. The solutions of previous generations can still save lives and keep us comfortable, even in our own backyards.